Ladies and gentlemen, J.Cole is clapping back. Huh? They say it's fall off season. It's clap back season. First, that random local rapper that he eviscerated. Huh? On Poor Things. I told y'all, I was one of the only people who like 7-minute drill. I think he could do it, regardless. You know what I mean? And now it's Cam. Killy cam yeah, killy cam, killy cam, killy cam, killa. Come on. If you've been paying attention, if you haven't known, I've been covering this. J. Cole and CAMRON been having a little back and forth. CAMRON suing J. Cole because they did a verse for verse trade according to CAMRON. And J. Cole has been dubbing CAMRON, according to CAMRON, like a bill collector. And today, J. Cole finally claps back. He's been quiet, but let's go.
No. Enough is enough, you guys. I'm tired of these younger artists constantly disrespecting our legends. Jermaine Lamar Cole, we need you to come.
Shout out to Chigs, by the way. Chigs Smooth, you know what I mean? My Nigerian brother, you know what I mean? Shout out to you.
To the front of the congregation. This response is extremely nasty from you. Now, first off, I got beef with some of you guys that told me last week, Chigs, this is all a play from CAMRON and J. Cole. This is a rollout for his album. Last week,
somebody said that. People were saying that. Good thing I only look at certain comments. But I hope y'all weren't saying that on my video when I covered it, because that's the most head at excuse. Boy, the excuses. You think this boy retained a real lawyer because of a rollout? Is that what you think?
After CAMRON basically came out and told the full story, the full detail on what exactly happened and the reason why he filed a lawsuit against J. Cole.
J. Cole are cool or was cool. This is exactly what happened. Being a man is keeping your word. And I know everybody's busy and everybody has things to do. But if I give you my word 4 or 5 times, I got to do it. So on his first project he did, I did an intro for him. I did the record for him for his intro. I told him I may need a verse whenever I get a project done. He said, cool. He had another project. I did a record in 20 minutes. I knocked that shit out and went off about my business. I need a verse. I'm exaggerating, but he's like the shock rain right now, and you know the moon got a line with the stars. And
CAMRON is just a comedian at the end of the day. Niggas say his chakra wasn't right.
You know, when I write, I put my all into it. Okay, let's put.
If you don't get that Shaolin Showdown, the fuck out of here. If you don't get that 2-ton tunic, out of here, bro. If you don't get that Jackie Chan Adventures Dragon Talisman, the fuck out of here, bro. And if you know all those shows I just named, congratulations, your childhood was fire. Don't let nobody tell you that your childhood was fire. Yeah, I brought back Shaolin Showdown. What you know about Kids WB, Nick? Oh yeah, I'm just trying to let you know.
You're all into it, then.
Fox Box. Y'all don't know nothing about fighting Fudon. Ultimate Muscle. Huh?
You know what I'm saying? You called me twice to do something, and I did it. One day you have 48 hours to do it. Then
sorry, Cam, not to cut your wisdom off, but gotta say it. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give a giant SJ Nation shout out to everybody who be hitting the thumbs up. First, I want to give a shout out to the people who hit the thumbs up and drop a comment before I even say it in the video. Second of all, I want to give a shout out to the people who drop a comment and hit the thumbs up after I say it on the video, because it ain't your fault. I do it all the time too. I've been trying to get better at it too, but the algorithm has been shifting a little bit, you know, according to me and what I've been noticing. And engagement is the big thing, and it makes sense because, you know, just like I don't like rappers to be passive rappers, I don't want to just be passive entertainment all the time to you too. You know what I mean? So hit that thumbs up button, drop a comment, bro. This will help this video tremendously, and it'll really show me who's really tapped in. So I appreciate you guys.
Knocked the other thing out as soon as I came to New York, because you ain't want to send me a record, you want to be in the studio with me. I knocked it out. Cool, you don't give me the record. Then I said, you know what, forget the record. Let's do an interview. Bet I got you. I got all the texts. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, you can't keep telling me this, because now when I'm big, I said, listen, I need your word, bro. You only gave me your word 3-4 times. I need your word. When are you going to do this interview? yo, we not pushing it back. I promise you we not pushing back. June. We back a full year, back to June. I said, are you sure? I don't care about if the album comes out, not coming out, beef, birthday. Are you sure? Cam, you got my word. Bet. Now I'm starting to do all these.
Hold on, now this is now as we're hearing, according to Cam, if what he's saying is true, J. Cole gave him his word. And in a lot of states, I don't know if it's all states, but a lot of states, your word can be can be a legally binding contract. Now, proving that was your word, that's where you gonna have an issue. You know what I mean? But if you got text messages, it shouldn't be that much of an issue. And I do want to point out, this is just random. This is just my slight ADD. J. Cole, when he first started his career, had a mean unibrow. Mean AD unibrow, right? There was a point in his career he started shaving it. I'm glad he's returned back to his natural state. Because I see it.
Other shows I got going on, deals I got lined up
That's
on.
That's how you know he really made it. That's how you know he really, you know what I mean?
Table, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm out polying deals. And like I said, that's why I say you don't count no money till it's in your pocket, which it didn't matter anyway. But when I'm polying these deals, J. Cole doesn't do a lot of interviews. I'm saying I'm going to have J. Cole interview for you in June. They're like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, nah, I'm dead serious. I'm like, when I'm working out deals for all my other shows, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, this is all new. If I didn't hear this part. So he's even saying that it hurt him negotiate deals in the future deals that he had. But like he said, you're not supposed to count your money before it's in your pocket. But like I said, in some states, in a lot of states, your word can be a legally binding contract. So technically, he might have thought he had a legally binding contract with J. Cole.
Bet. Cool. Now I'm polying deals off of what you told me, which, you shouldn't do that anyway. That's not a tangible business.
Facts.
But if I did 2 favors for you, then you gave me your word 4 times, I'm assuming on the 5th time, you got to.
And that's way past due.
You said rain, sleet, snow. This time you dead serious.
Well, I will say, Cam, you got to, going down your narrative and assuming it's 100% true, Cam, if this was a woman, let's just put in a woman, and a woman dubs you 4 times, you can't expect on the 5th time she not gonna dub you. That would you just gotta look at what makes more sense or what's easier to believe or what you have more evidence to believe. If you've been dubbed 4 times and you've never kicked it not one time, that means 100% of the time y'all set things up, you get dubbed. And it's happened 4 separate times. It means 0% of the time y'all set things up, y'all actually kick it. So if by the 5th time, you gotta use odds. You got to use the statistics you got. You have a 100% fail rate and a 0% success rate. On the 5th time, you should also go, this is probably going to be another fail just by statistics.
June come, and then I say, yo, what's up? He say, yo, bro, I'm going to have to keep it real true. I can't do it. I don't know when the album going to be done. And I say, I can't promise you a date, but I can do the date. I don't want to keep telling you I'm going to do it and don't do it, this, that, and the third. So I'm going to just have to say I'm going to have to pass for now.
Some people thought J. Cole would end up interviewing with CAMRON on this platform. It got to a point where you guys made me a believer. You guys convinced me that this was all part of their plan. Well, turns
I'm going to keep saying this. I don't care what it makes people feel. I think when you start getting the difference between a stan and a fan is a stan no longer, I think they place themselves in the position of the artist to a point where the song Stan, he really thought that they had some sort of relationship. That's what it feels like, because I think the people who keep saying like, no, I know J. Cole's character, he's gonna put through, he gonna do this, also go like, I don't know, J. Cole's kind of a petty nigga if you really pay attention to the way he moves and how he be rapping and how he should. He's petty too. I don't think he's usually some of y'all look at that little Pump interview and call it as, oh, he's being the bigger man. It's like, are you sure he not kind of being petty and just completing his KOD Kids on Drugs where he disses Lil Pump and the album cover is Kids on Substances? You're sure he's not just using that as a piece of his rollout?
Out, y'all were fucking wrong. This
Okay.
CAMRON lawsuit against J. Cole is heating up and fast. Now, while J. Cole is in Washington, D.C., meeting up with fans, letting fans rap for him, riding around in his old Civic, the man and his lawyers are getting disrespectful with CAMRON in court. They finally responded to CAMRON's lawsuit against J. Cole, and according to J. Cole and his lawyer, CAMRON was happy to appear in J. Cole's song because it helped his career. That's right, you guys. J. Cole is treating CAMRON like a fanboy. Today in court,
I know Cam petty. I know Cam read that bad. Oh, so I'm just a dude boy. I know he read that and got. Oh, because it helped my career. That's a little shade. J. Cole petty. Y'all can keep trying to act like this nigga Mahatma Gandhi. He's not. And it's not. I almost don't even. J. Cole has told y'all so many times, I'm not this, bro. I'm not some peace loving nigga. I'm not. And niggas be like, I heard you. But I'm pretty sure this nigga's a preacher, right? He's a priest, right?
J. Cole blasted CAMRON for going to court to publicly disparage him. J. Cole said that CAMRON not only encouraged it, but he also blessed them to use his performance because it was going to benefit his career. Now, we also get more information about this handshake agreement they had. J. Cole is claiming that it was only after the song Ready 24 dropped that CAMRON started demanding unreasonable conditions that was never agreed to by J. Cole, or an excessive fee inconsistent with industry standards for feature performance. J. Cole and his lawyers claimed that no such promise was ever made to CAMRON, either about a single in return or a podcast feature. However, J. Cole confirmed that CAMRON did ask him to come on his podcast, and this is where the legal terms come into play here, you guys. According to J. Cole, they discussed the possibility of coming on CAMRON's podcast, but no commitment was ever made by J. Cole to do so, nor was there any agreement or condition related to the song Ready 24 to do so. J. Cole and his attorney claimed that CAMRON appeared on the song voluntarily and without condition, and that he never raised any objections prior to its commercial release. And to add more disrespect, they said CAMRON is not and never was a joint author or co-owner of the song. AKA, yeah, we might have talked about the possibility of me returning a favor, but because I did not promise it to you and it was more of a handshake kind of deal, brother, I am not obligated to do shit for you.
Ow, somebody lying. Somebody's lying. Somebody lying out their teeth. Because CAMRON's saying one thing, J. Cole is saying the polar opposite. CAMRON is saying, but here's the thing, this should be easily provable. According to CAMRON, he's got communications where he said this. Now, what J. Cole is saying is, yeah, I might have gave you a little, said I do, but I never really promised. And the conditions in which I stated you changed. So this should be very easily proved. That's why I said this is going to be hard to prove for Cam, because there's not a written contract. So you better get into them emails, get into them text messages, because if you can't produce those, you finna get cooked. Yeah, you finna get cooked. You finna go in there and look crazy. Crazy, brother.
Kind of scummy, you guys. Kind of scummy. Now, as you guys can see here, this is the actual filing document in court. Defendant's prayer for relief. Wherefore, defendants Cole Ward Inc. and Jermaine Lamar Cole respectfully request that the court enters judgments in favor and against plaintiff as follows. Denying all relief sought by CAMRON in the complaint. Dismissing the complaint in its entirety with prejudice. Declaring that plaintiff has no ownership interest in the sound recording entitled Ready 24. Declaring that plaintiff is not entitled to an accounting or any other.
He's reading kind of slow. Accounting or any other equitable relief. Denying plaintiffs' request for attorney fees and costs. Awarding defendants their costs and awarding attorney fees to defendant to the extent permitted by law, and granting such other and further relief as the court may deem just and proper. He said, cut all this off. Give him the Drake. Cut it all off. Matter of fact, with prejudice, so he can't come back and try to do this. Matter of fact, make him, I ain't paying nothing. And matter of fact, I might want some more money from him from damages in the future. God damn. Well, J. Cole clapped back with a hot one. Cam, it's on you.